Jeff, it's fun time. Let's talk a little football, a little life, community, and food right now. We're bringing on starting nose tackle for the Los Angeles Rams, Sebastian Joseph Day. Sebastian, how are you doing today, man?
Good. I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
We cannot complain. We're excited to talk to you. I'm probably going to be very hungry after this segment. We've got an East Coast guy raised in Pennsylvania, out in LA, but I'm going to go first. You're a Rutgers man, and this is exciting for me to get a Rutgers guy on the show. Tell me a little bit about your time at Rutgers before we get into everything else.
Oh man, my time at Rutgers was fun, man. It was a great experience. We had a lot of transitioning going on, coaching wise. So that part was kind of different. But honestly, I'm happy I went through it because shaped me and built my character and really helped honestly in this level that I reached. So super thankful for Rutgers, super thankful for the experience, and obviously super thankful for the awesome food there and people as well.
Oh, we're going to talk about the food there in a second after we get to your show. I did want to, you're a very diverse person, from your talents on the field to your involvement in the community off the field to the food show we're going to talk about. I saw somebody say about you, you're about resolution, not revolution. You're the type of player whose work off the field says as much about his character as his play on the field. Can you talk about the person that you are before we get into all the stuff that you do?
Oh wow. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. But I'm just fortunate enough. I was raised. My parents just really taught me a lot of things about giving back to the community and how always using my blessings to be a blessing to others. So that's just kind of the motto I kind of live by. And that's just who I am. That's what I try to live by. And I just try, and I look at life. I try to look at life in a real positive sense. And that's just really me. I really don't want to talk about myself like this, but I'm just blessed. I'm a blessed individual. I'm just thankful. Somehow, I've been able to have the opportunities I've had and meet all amazing people along the journey that have helped me. And I just try my best just to give it back to the community. Try to give back that positivity that I've received.
Sebastian, one of the reasons that we're having you on the show is because you're about to start a new series on YouTube called Dine and Bash. Where did you get your love for food?
Oh, great question. So my love of food came from my mother. So my mother, when growing up, both of my parents are from Haiti. And growing up, my mom, when she went to culinary, she went to school for cooking. She went to school to be essentially for being a chef. And so when she came to this country, she had to, redo it, go to school all over again. And she decided to go in the nursing route. But so growing up, my mom was always cooking, and what I mean cooking, like it was amazing food. And it's so funny because growing up, my friends used to come over just to eat. They'd be so excited to come over just for the food. And when I went to school at Rutgers in college, when I come back home, during the holidays and stuff, they'd be so happy because then they get to come over, obviously, for all of us to hang out. But she'd cook for the whole town of Stroudsburg. It's so funny, all my friends. So that's how my love of food really came about. And yeah, that's really it. It's a huge shout out goes to my mother.
Okay, so then my next question is does she still live in Pennsylvania? And once the pandemic is over, can Jason and I go over there and grab something to eat?
Yeah, I'm already hungry.
yeah, she knows. She still is in Stroudsburg. Yeah, and definitely.
So
this off season for sure.
So you're going to parlay your love of food and community itself into a show that highlights local restaurants in the LA area, shares origin stories, top dishes, what makes them so unique. Where'd the idea come from for this?
So obviously, my love of food, and also my love for the community. So, sitting down and talking with the people at Malcolm Sports, we were talking about obviously what I love. Obviously, I love food and I love helping the community. So I thought, why not make a show that not only highlights our restaurants and small business owners and people in the LA County, in LA County, and hopefully, if this thing does well, it can go even bigger. But why not highlight those people and let's share their amazing stories and also show their awesome food, because at the end of the day, nothing brings people together more than food in general. Because you do everything. You have a dinner, people come down, they sit down, they talk, they socialize. So we figured, why not do that? And also, on top of that, tell the story of these individuals who own these restaurants, so they could get to know the person behind the restaurant, and obviously know their amazing stories. Because I obviously build the connection with them, the connection with the viewers. So that's just kind of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to share those people's stories and show their awesome work and what they're doing.
All right. So when this does blow up big and it's huge and it goes to other places, we said you're a Rutgers man. What would the Rutgers version of this show be? Because I wouldn't get past the grease trucks.
No, yeah, it's so funny that you say that. But yeah, that's what we would probably do. We'll probably do that. I probably have to do this place called, I don't know if you've been. It's a little bit newer. It opened like maybe 3 or 4 years ago at Rutgers, called Taqueria. Oh my God, it's like it's a Mexican spot. It is so good. I still haven't had anything like near to that. Yeah, it's so good. They do such a good job over there. Obviously, stuff your face. I'd have to do stuff your face, and pliables. There's a bunch of stuff, man. Easily we could do with Rutgers, Hansel and Gretel, easily, all those things. But
I'm in to go around and taste test these things whenever you decide to do the show, because half of these are what I listed for Jeff of the places that I would go. So I'm down.
Yeah, and Sebastian, if you could see his face, I think he's gaining weight as you're talking about the different places that you should go to eat. It's amazing to look like he looks so hungry right now.
Really good places that he just named, Jeff. You don't even understand.
How can you not get hungry?
So, Sebastian, in addition to the work that you're doing, obviously on the field, and the work that you're doing with this new show, one of the reasons that we wanted to talk to you is your amazing work that you do in the community, and we like to focus on athletes and how they benefit the community. One of the things that you've been working on that we found amazing was that you hosted these character chats with youth correctional facilities with other Rams players. How did you get involved in that? What motivated you to do it?
Honestly, what motivated me to do it was just like I said, man, just using my blessings in general, just to give back, and just to give back to the community. And I just thought that, I thought honestly it was an honor for them to want to talk to me. Honestly, that's the way I looked at it. And if I could just give them, a small nugget of information that could help them, that was just really the goal. That's what really motivated me. Like I just want to help. I just want to help as many people as I can before I leave this earth.
But by you doing this, obviously you're imparting your wisdom and your experiences on them. But what did you learn from meeting with those kids?
Oh, I just learned how amazing those kids were. You know what I mean? How awesome and how driven they are. How they want to be successful as well. And I think that's the thing. I think that's the biggest thing in right now, is that taking what you had and passing it down to the younger generation. And obviously you learn so much from those kids as well, because kids now they want to learn and they want to grow as well. They want to become very successful as well. So it's just awesome to see seeing those kids just want to become great in general. It's very motivational for me, just seeing that, because it's just dope. It's just dope to see kids like that want to be great, and it's awesome just to be part of that. And it was an honor for me to even do that, for them to have me.
I know you don't like to focus on yourself, but you really are a catalyst for some of these things as a member of the Players Coalition. Some of the things we saw you do in terms of donating meals to frontline workers, social justice initiatives, giving to nonprofits with your Rams teammates. It's very impressive. For you, what does it mean to be able to use that platform to talk about and help all of these different areas?
Honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a blessing, and it's honestly everything that I always wanted to do since I was a little kid. like obviously, the goal was I always wanted to play football, but also like a huge thing for me was always since I was a kid just to give back and just to help and make positive change in this country and in this world. So it's just honestly, I'm just honestly so humbled. I'm so thankful that everything has worked out my way to be able to do that, to be able to help as many people as I can. And obviously, the work, what I've done, I feel as if it still isn't enough. And I still have a lot more to do. I still have a lot more plans, in the future. So I'm just really humbled. I'm just really thankful, just to be able to do the things I have been able to do. And honestly, when you guys, I honestly didn't even realize that you guys are saying so many things. I've honestly forgotten some of the things that I have done. So like I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, wow, like, yeah, I'm just super thankful. I'm super humbled, and but there's still a lot more work to be done. And that's just my mindset, honestly.
Sebastian, you and I, we don't share a college together, but we share a passion for addressing youth homelessness. I understand that you did the 2020 United Way home walk at home. How did you get involved in that, and what did you learn from doing that?
I got involved through the Rams, and obviously one day I actually had a conversation with my fiance about it. I think we were watching something, and it was talking about how there's a huge problem in California with homelessness, and that really struck me. It really struck me a lot, and it really just touched my heart. So me and my fiance had a good talk, and then I obviously had a conversation with the Rams about it, and that's how Molly Higgins, the head director of community relations, and I connected, and we were able to get involved with that.
Yeah, we'll send you pictures after the interview. Jeff did a sleep out for homelessness in the blizzard a few years ago where his shoes split. And so he does share a passion for that with you. But I got a question. You talked about learning to be a citizen and your love of food from your parents. Where'd you learn to trash talk from? Because we saw some clips of when you were mic'd up. You're an entertaining guy on the field.
Against the Eagles, by the way.
Yes, against the Eagles.
Honestly, I feel as if when you are in any competitive environment, you just learn how to talk trash in general. You know what I mean? It's something that you kind of pick up at a young age, because you got to be able to talk some trash. If not, but there are some guys that don't. But honestly, in this league, I don't think anyone. I think everyone does to a certain extent.
Has anyone on your team ever come up to you and told you to either tone it down or even ramp it up even more?
Nah, no one's ever told me to tone it down. No one's ever told me to tone it down. But we do have some great trash talkers on our team. I think you guys could assume who, but we have some great trash talkers on our team. It's pretty hilarious.
What is it like to play on a defense that has the number of great players that it has on that team, especially for you to play next to somebody as great as Aaron Donald?
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing, man. It really is. I remember last year. I'll tell this quick story. I remember last year. It was my first year starting. After my rookie season, we went to the Super Bowl. Then I got the opportunity to start the second year. And I was in the huddle. I remember looking up, and I was in the huddle, and I looked up and I saw Aaron Donald. I saw Michael Brockers' first-round pick. I saw Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters. And I was looking up and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is it's unreal. And I've just been blessed and fortunate enough to be around such amazing, not only players but men in general. All those guys are awesome guys. And it's been an outstanding experience. And now, obviously, going in my third year with AD, and now Jalen Ramsey, Brockers, Leonard Floyd, all those guys. It's awesome, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a blessing. Those guys are the epitome of hard work, and they're epitome of great men on and off the field.
Well, before we let you go and pitch your show one more time, I got to ask the question, with all of this love of food and growing up with your mom and dad and the food that they had in the house, did it rub off on you? Could Sebastian make a good meal?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can make a good meal. I can chef it up. I chef it up every once in a while for my fiance. I made a rack of lamb the other day. You know, I did my thing. I did my thing with that. But definitely, I could cook. Shout out to my parents.
There you go. Well, we would welcome you back anytime to talk food, to talk uncomfortable conversations, to talk Rutgers. But we really appreciate what you're doing. We know you don't want the attention to be on yourself, but when we read the list, you're somebody who's using the platform in a way that other athletes could pay a little attention to. So thanks so much for the time. We wish you a great Christmas and holiday season. And thanks so much.
No, thank you so much for having me. It really means a lot. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you too as well. And make sure you guys go check out Dine and Dash.
When does it premiere?
It premieres January 1st. Go and subscribe on my YouTube at Dine and Dash.
All right, we
Thank you
will.
so much again,
We'll
guys.
put it out on our social media accounts, and best of luck with everything.
All right, God bless, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you very much.